Hey, this is Judge Waits playing some arms race today on the map Hijacked. Of course, you know this. This is one of the new bonus game types that you can play. And every kill, instead of being 100 points, is actually 150 points. So it allows you to get to your score streaks a lot faster. Boy, I tell you what, I managed to play this game mode probably around 7 times. I had 2 pretty decent games, 2 games that were pretty laggy and I think I broke even, and then 3 that were pretty average. But like I said, I had a lot of fun playing this game mode. You know, it's just nice to get away from hardcore. Every once in a while I feel a little bit more freer when I'm playing core game modes. I feel like I can be a little bit less careful. But I wanted to talk to you today about this class that I'm running. This is the FAL. I do not have select fire on it. Instead, I have on a suppressor and also a reflex sight. And I tell you what, this is a great class on medium to bigger size maps. I wouldn't normally recommend it on a map like Hijacked. Normally Hijacked is going to be an SMG map for me, but I'm playing against a team that is actually kind of holding back. And I know it probably doesn't seem like these guys are holding back with that guy running around trying to knife everybody, but probably 4 out of the 6 on this team are just kind of holding back in their spawn, trying to snipe people and stuff like that. At least that's what they were doing in the previous game and why I equipped this class. The FAL is a great anti-sniping weapon. It's really good because when you shoot somebody, it really causes somebody to flinch. And I know when I'm playing against snipers, a lot of times I'll hit a sniper with my SMG and it feels like I get 2 rounds into them and then they just snipe me and kill me because they don't flinch that much. But if you're using the FAL, they're going to flinch, it's going to knock off their shot, and you're going to be able to take them out. Now, I used to be a big fan of running the FAL with select fire, but I tell you what, it feels like they've just nerfed this thing down when you add on that select fire. So I don't know if it's just the added recoil or the loss of range, but it just doesn't seem to function as well for me when I'm running select fire. So now I always run it semi-automatic. I also always run a suppressor on this weapon. You know how people are in core. A lot of times they are religiously just watching that mini-map, watching for that red dot to show up, and then they're going to charge you. So I don't want to draw attention to myself, especially if that attention is from somebody with a shotgun or an SMG. I want to surprise them, so I always run the suppressor with this weapon. I also will run either a reflex sight. You know, the reflex sight is great because it helps you better acquire targets. Otherwise, I'll run a stock on it just so I can strafe back and forward and pick people off. Both of those attachments are pretty darn good on this weapon. The only other attachment that I might consider running is quick draw, but as far as my secondary, I need something that's a little bit better close quarters, so I go with the B23R. You might want to go with one of the other pistols, but the B23R, that thing is just a beast up close, as you're going to see right here. And I guess all the pistols are pretty beastly up close, but the B23R just works well for me. Now, as far as my perks, I am running Hardline for my Tier 1 perk. Obviously, that's just going to help me get to my score streaks faster. I have on Scavenger because a lot of times I am running out of ammo when I'm playing core game mode, so that's going to obviously help me resupply. It also resupplies my Bettys, which I like to throw down in key traffic areas. I get a lot of kills from those bad boys. Plus, they tend to let me know where people are at. I'm also running a second Tier 2 perk, and that is Toughness. I tell you what, this is probably my favorite Tier 2 perk. I just like being able to stay on target while I'm shooting somebody. If somebody comes at me with an SMG and I'm using the FAL, and if I get one shot on that person and they shoot me, you know, I can get that second shot on them a lot easier and take them down. So I really like Toughness for that fact. As far as my Tier 3 perk, I actually have on Engineer, but I tell you what, I wouldn't recommend that for core game modes. I'd probably switch that over to Dexterity. Being a hardcore player, though, that is my go-to number 3 perk. So for me, it's probably just a habit thing why I'm using that. Now, I also told you that I'm running Bettys for my Lethal, and I already told you why I like to use those. But that's my class. Let me know what you think about it. If you're the type of player that only uses select fire on your FAL, I want to really encourage you to try using it semi-automatic again. I think you're going to really like it. I know you might not feel as confident running it with just your trigger finger, but I tell you what, it is just a beast that way. But let me know too what you think about Arms Race, if you're playing it or not. Like I said earlier, I really had a lot of fun playing this. I really wish that we had the ability to play this in hardcore because I know my friends would love it. I know they'd have a lot of fun getting to their score streaks a lot faster. But hope you like this. I think I managed to go 36-3. If you do like it, I would really appreciate it if you give this a thumbs up. But as always, guys, take care and God bless.